Hey everyone! Today we're making vegan mushroom gyoza. Our ingredients today are soy sauce, oil, cabbage, carrots, shiitake mushrooms, green onions, tofu, garlic, cremini mushrooms, sesame oil, and ginger. I'll list all the ingredients below. First we start by getting our shiitake mushrooms and steeping them in warm water, just so they get soft. Now we're going to clean our cremini mushrooms, and I only use 3 for this recipe. I cleaned them, dried them, took the cores out, sliced them, and then rough chopped them. I did the same for the shiitake mushrooms. I squeezed all the juice and minced them the same way that I did the cremini mushrooms. Next is the cabbage. I used as much cabbage as I did mushroom. Everything is equal parts. I sliced it and rough chopped it, and then I set it aside. After this, I started the carrots. You can use whole carrots for this recipe. I bought mine pre-shredded and then just gave them a rough chop so they matched everything else. I set everything aside because I'm cooking everything at different times. I also cut some green onions at a bias for the cabbage and carrots, and some for garnish. You can also use chives for the recipe too, but I use scallions. I then peel my ginger, and I only peel what I need. I gave it a really rough chop, minced it up, and then I started my garlic the same exact way. I used 4 cloves of garlic for this recipe. You can use more or less or not at all, depending if you like garlic. I minced it the exact same way I did for the ginger. Then I set it aside. And now my tofu. I cut 2 holes. I strained the water. I tossed that water because it really doesn't need it. And I'm using 1/3 of the tofu for this recipe. The tofu I'm using today is organic firm tofu. You really want the firm tofu for the meaty texture. Then I grab my tofu and I crumble it up. Not too small, not too big, but enough to have texture. This really is our pork substitute or chicken substitute. It should end up looking like this. Now I grab a hot saute pan, add my sesame oil, 2 tablespoons, add my soy sauce, 2.5 tablespoons, and I let it get warm, but not too hot. You don't want to burn the soy sauce. After this, I add my cabbage, carrots, and green onions. You want to just cook the cabbage and carrots so they get soft, but not soft that it's mush. You still want that bite when you bite into the gyoza. Make sure to incorporate the sesame oil and the soy sauce. Then I add my tofu. Be sure to taste as you go because tofu does need a lot of salt, so you can add more soy sauce if need be. I add my shiitake mushrooms now, and these cook very fast since they are rehydrated. I make it well in my pan And then I added my cremini mushrooms. The cooking time for this should be 4 to 5 minutes. And lastly, I added my ginger and garlic. I add this at the end so it doesn't burn. No one likes burnt garlic. Now I added my mixture back into my bowl, and I'm gonna cool this down in the fridge for 1 hour. It's easier to stuff the gyoza if it's cool. While that's working, I make my sauce, which is sugar, rice vinegar, soy sauce, sesame oil, ginger, and some scallions. I set up my gyoza. Working efficient is a smart way to do it. You can do 6 at a time, or if you want to do 1 by 1, that's okay too. Grab some water, put it on the rims so it sticks together, fold it up, and then just fold it like this. I am not a gyoza folder, so I just did it enough so it could stick together. You could add more stuffing. I feel like I should have added more stuffing to this recipe, but it really is up to you. These gyozas are great for parties or great for dinners. If you want to do a 3-course vegan meal, you can use these as appetizers. Now I grab a hot saute pan, add some canola oil, and we're going to begin to cook and sear our gyoza. Make sure all the gyoza is facing one side and the sear is all on the same side. Once these are seared, we're going to add about half a cup of water and we're going to steam the gyoza. Be sure to lower your heat when you do this. Now once it's seared and you add the water, you cover it. And after 3 minutes, this is how it should look. And now plating. Nice, simple, easy. Green onion garnish. And drizzle the sauce on top. And I added some cilantro just for extra flavor. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.